Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy G-Net. It's another special G vlog. I just got done filming a Cooking with G segment. Should be up soon. I just wanted to do another special vlog, talking about my reflection of this past year and my forecast, or what I hope to do in the following year. This December 31st, 2020. I know I did one of these before earlier in the year, I think, talking about where I am, where I'm going and stuff. I just wanted to do another one of those. 2020 was a important year in more ways than one. I mean, I know we had the pandemic, which we're still dealing with. I think it's actually starting to get worse, despite finding a vaccine. We elected a new president. He's going to be sworn in a few weeks. I turned 40 this past July. But most important, I think, I'm getting a little lazily here. I think the most important thing that's happened to me this past year was, I think I had just a mega moment of self-reflection. And I think it was because of, being quarantined and staying inside and stuff, and like, okay, what are we gonna do? If you use your time wisely, you had a chance to kind of reflect and be lost in your own thoughts and see, like, hey, where am I going in this whole thing? I know my goal is to be, an actor and stuff, and I've definitely been working towards that. In fact, I have, I'm happy to say I have at least one project that I'm going to be a part of in the following year. Have my own IMDb page put up, which is very exciting. I never thought I'd have one of those. But the more important thing is my moment of self-reflection. I got to listen to more of Corey Wayne, listen to Apollonia Panti, which they mainly talk about relationship advice, but not only that, but bettering yourself, like finding your true purpose and stuff. And I think I found that, but I went a little beyond and just want to not only seek my purpose, but make myself a better me, a better version of me. And I pride myself on every year. I think I've said this before. I pride myself every year. I get a little better, a little better, a little better. And I feel that I've done that. There's still things that need to be improved, of course, but you always want to seek to improve. But I've also wanted to kind of share that with others. I think I've helped out Matt and stuff with his little issues and stuff, and helping him achieve the same goal, find his purpose and everything simultaneously. I think we kind of been feeding off each other, and I think that's important, especially when you're embarking on this journey, because it's tough enough without doing it by yourself. So it's good to have somebody working in tandem doing the same thing. But I think it's very important because, man, what a year, man. We've lost, up to this date, at least 3 million lives in this country alone. It's just absolutely insane, due to this pandemic and stuff, and which they don't. I mean, they say they have a vaccine, but I'm still skeptical as to its effectiveness. But we'll see what happens. But you had people, young and old, just passing away and stuff due to this disease. And in addition with Kobe, you had Chadwick Boseman. He didn't die of COVID, but he died of stage 4 cancer, which he was dealing with for the longest, and he was still doing what he loved to do. This is a guy who I kind of emulated when I did cosplay. I was doing Black Panther and stuff, and I was like, this guy's awesome and stuff. And it's just amazing how he was able to keep that to himself, and because nobody knew. maybe safe for his wife or family, but nobody knew, how sick he was, and he was still, doing what he loved to do. He said, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out doing what I like. I'm not gonna, sit there and do what people expect of me and everything. And I'm so amazed at that type of attitude. Just because you only have like one life to live, and it might as well be doing something you want to do. You can't live in fear all the time, say, oh, it looks a little scary, or it looks a little painful, I mean, that's what life is all about, you have to, that's in order, if you don't feel those things, you feel a void inside. You just feel like your life's going nowhere, and then you go seek out different things to help you, I don't know, get some sort of shred of excitement or something like that, like whether it be overeating, over drinking, buying this, buying that, which does nothing, I mean, you buy this, I mean, what's it gonna do for you in the long run? It's a temporary surge of endorphins. I mean, it's not, so it has to come from within, I feel. It has to be something that you've worked toward, that you've cultivated organically, not something that's transactional. It's, I mean, I could buy a TV. Okay, it's nice, but in the long run, I'm still empty inside. So I feel unless you found your purpose to what you're here to do, and it's got to be something. It's not just something that you like to do. Hey, my hobby, I always wanted to do that. It's something that you have to actually work towards. I feel it's something you have to go through certain amount of trials in order to achieve. It's something that has to take a long time to grow. You have to have that sort of farmer's approach, because a farmer is not going to have crops, the very next day after he's planted the seeds. He's got to go through seasons. He's got to, sometimes the crops won't come up. Sometimes you go through a whole year and you have nothing there, just a big plot of land of dirt and shit. And then maybe that one day you go a little closer and you see a little stem sticking up. And then you're like, well, shit, I'm doing the right thing. And I think that's what's happening with me and acting, and with Matt. I can't speak for Matt, when he wants to pursue a medical degree. And I think it's doable, I mean, I set up little dreams and stuff, like, I watch things like the MCU, and that gives me inspiration all the time to this is where I want to be. This is where I belong. I still think back to that first time I was on a set, just looking at cameras and lights and see all this equipment and stuff. And I'm just so amazed. I'm like, this is what I've always watched on the special editions of these DVDs and stuff. And now I'm living it. And it's definitely doable. I mean, and if it's doable, if you had that, even if it's a 1% chance, just go for it, you can't let fear of failure bog you down, because some people just want to go the safe route and just trudge along, just follow the status quo, and, they end up living a mundane lifestyle. If that's cool with them, that's fine. But the rest of us, we want to seek out something, seek out our full potential. We want to do what we feel we're set out in this planet to do. Because I think it's a waste if you don't seek out something that's something internal, that's something that's biting at you. I mean, this is always kind of bit at me, even back in the day, but I was always afraid to do it. I was I didn't know, I didn't know the first place to start, but little by little, I'm learning. I'm still learning, and I'm trying to set up my 2021 the right way. Trying to find others who are engaging in this industry, in order to just get that feel of you're surrounded by that that feeling, that artistic feeling, by being surrounded by fellow artists, your colleagues. You feel like you're surrounded by a family. So I want to get, jump on that as soon as possible, because the worst thing to do is to do this whole journey, like I said, isolated, by yourself. And I know it's hard because of the pandemic, but there's a lot of ways to do things. And I know we talked about relationships and stuff, and it's not really a huge priority for me now. It's not that I don't think about it, because hey, who doesn't want a partner, But I want to make sure it's the right person, the right. It's starting to sound like a freaking dating dating application. But I want to make sure it's the right person. Yeah, they should look pretty decent, but I think it's more important to have that person who's supportive, who's honest with you, who's gonna build you up, who's gonna challenge you, who's going to look out for your best interest, who's gonna let you feel free. That's the big thing with me nowadays, is just feeling free, and I think I have to get away from industries such as retail and stuff like that, where you're not able to basically stretch your creative legs, because I'm a very creative person. I need that freedom. I need that autonomy. I need to feel like I can, have the space to work, to do what I need to do and just discover things, But that's what I look for in a partner. But not only that, like in friends as well, like friends who I kind of share a bond with. I have a back and forth with, like not somebody that's just gonna, agree with everything I say or just be like, if I'm like trying to talk about something deep, as if I'm doing right now, go into deep thought and just talk and stuff. And I don't need somebody that's just gonna be like, yeah, I might as well talk to this, but yeah, I mean, that's all I could think of right now. What else? Oh, I'm hoping to see my mom and dad in person at some point next year. Because at this very date, I haven't seen them in like a good year and change in person. Like I see them on Zoom calls and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty tough because you're potentially putting people at risk and stuff with COVID. And those COVID tests are not fun. Like they stick that thing up your nose and it's almost in your brain and everything. But it's not fun. No, I think the last production I was on before this thing hit was, what the hell is it called? Red Notice, I think it was. And I was supposed to meet The Rock, but he wasn't there that day. This is bull crap. Oh, speaking of which, I was on the Netflix trailer for Cobra Kai. Made a little small appearance. That was pretty cool. I just jumped out. I was in my car at the time when I was watching it, and I almost jumped right out through the roof. It was just so exciting, man. It's such a... I wish that you could feel the excitement I have for this industry. It's like I kind of... It's hard to like maintain that excitement when you have like these everyday things like bills and a shitty job and everything, just bogging it down. But man, I try to keep my positivity up by, again, watching MCU, listening to podcasts, listening to people's audiobooks like Jenna Fisher's autobiography. Was it autobiography? Yeah, autobiography on her life. And man, it was such an inspiration, just listening to what she had to say. And she even says she wishes she had someone like her, dishing out this information, and trying my best to follow the advice that she's given. And I think, even though it may be a small chance, I think I have a pretty good chance of making it. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't think anybody ever knows how long it'll take. At least with Matt's doctor's degree or whatever, he has an idea how long it'll take. But yeah, I just keep trudging along, man, because I feel that this, I don't feel that I fit in anywhere else. I really don't. I've tried the police exam. I tried the fire department. I've tried office. I've even tried graphic design. Even though I'm good at that, I mean, it just doesn't fit. I don't feel as free as I do in the film industry. Because I've always loved to act out. I may have been afraid to, but in secret, I've always loved to do it. I've always loved to perform. I'm always creating stuff. I freaking created this damn shirt here. As you can see in this whole, I created 3 or 4 or 5, I can't even count anymore, YouTube pages. I'm just constantly creating, trying this, trying that. I tried cosplay, trying all this stuff. It's all like action related, like performing. And I feel it's just always been there in my blood. I just never really accessed it or kind of pushed it off, or I kind of ignored it. And it's just, because I remember that one day, like a long time ago, I think went to an open call audition for, it was in Harlem. It was, I forgot the director's name, but it was an open audition. I had no idea what to have. I made some crude looking actor's resume with the worst picture I could take. It looked like a selfie. My head was all in the picture and stuff. So I just looked terrible. I was at an angle. And I was like, damn, if I looked at this, I'd be like, what the fuck? But I didn't know what to do from that. I had no real guidance or anything. I just went to the audition, and I didn't even get to the building. The line was so long. I was there for a good 3 hours standing there online. And but I think I uttered the words to my folks, yes, I want to be an actor. Half convincingly, but I think they were like, here's another thing he's trying to do. But it was just part of my search, because I just didn't know where I belonged. I just wanted to know. I had no idea where I was going. Like, people, when they leave school, leave college, they have an idea where they're going. I had no idea. I picked an art degree in college because it just seemed the right thing to do. Like, I just said, oh, okay, art. It's almost as if there was a whole wall of choices, and I just threw a dart wherever it lands. That's what I take. And I went to some place in they had a performance art program there, but I don't know. It was fear, plain and simple. I was just afraid to do it. And that's the thing. That's the hardest thing, and I'm still struggling with that, is getting over yourself when you're doing auditions, because I did an audition the other day, and I had the words down pat, and I was just, for the life of me, as soon as I miss a word, I feel it in my brain, and I'm like, it just messes me up. I'm just like, and it's like part of my brain is like, hey, you missed a word, and I just trip up the rest of the sentence, the rest of the dialogue, and God, I have to stop doing that. But it's mainly just getting over yourself, and it's not just for acting; it's for anything. When you're talking to girls, talking to people in general, you just got to get back that feeling that you just don't give a shit. Not about the situation, but just don't give a shit how you're perceived. Don't give a shit like you made this mistake or whatever. You made the mistake. It's no going back. But I do feel that this is right for me. I've always loved movies. I don't know if working in a movie theater ever did it. Yeah. Say that again. I don't know if working in a movie theater influenced me loving movies, but I just love to get lost in the movies. I think that's the same for a lot of people. They just have a chance to get away from their problems, get away from life for just 2 hours or so, and just be in this world, and then what better way to remain in that world, to have your profession be creating these stories. You know, you get to be someone else. You get to be somewhere else. And I think I always like that. You know, I always like to pretend I'm this person, pretend I'm that person. You know, it just seems right. It really seems right. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. I think I did explain it, but how to explain how much I like doing this. And I hope 2021 brings me good fortune. You know, I hope I get more projects than just that one. You know, it'd be nice to get the momentum. I mean, I know it's a marathon, not a race, but I want to get to that MCU because they're running out of characters. You know, MCU or DCEU. You know, I'm not picky. I just want to be in a superhero movie, please. But yeah, I want to. Also, I want to get myself physically back in shape. I'm just like, oh man, I'm just getting all pudgy all over the place. You know, I want to try and get that ball rolling. That's another thing I want to get going. I want to get myself financially stable, which in turn kind of coincides with getting these roles and stuff. I want to try and get an agent who's going to help me get better roles, possibly high-paying ones. I want to try and be SAG eligible. Well, that's a big jump. At least get one SAG eligibility. Well, I don't know. It depends like what type of project it is, you know. But I want to get one step closer to being SAG eligible. That's a Screen Actors Guild, if you don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of things, and you know, if I like fulfill at least half of those, if I fulfill half of those goals, then you know, I'll be happy. You know, just set it for 2022, and then if that doesn't work that year, 2023. You know, just go on, so on and so forth. You know, God willing, you know, I'm still around. You know, that got morbid. But yeah, I'm planning my own little film project also with some my film friends. So hopefully that gets off the ground. And I don't know, I'm excited. I'm frightened and excited at the same time, which is I guess a good place to be. Man, I've been talking for like 20 something odd minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to share. I just wanted to give an update on what's going on and stuff. And if I were to sum this up, I'd be like, you know what, just live your purpose. And just, if you want to do something, don't just say I should, I would, I wish. Do it. Just freaking do it, man. If you want to do it, don't let anybody stop you. But the thing is, be prepared to work toward it. You know, if you see that it's too much effort and you back away, you're not going to get anywhere. That's just the long and short of it. You know, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to love it enough to actually grind for it. You know, for any type of goal, unfortunately that's the truth. You have to grind for it. You have to fail before you pass. I think there was a term that I heard that like you have to go through hell to get to heaven, you know. And yeah, somewhere along the line, some luck hits you, you know, universe sort of steers you that way, you know, but it has to be something that you feel in your soul that feels right, you know, and just go for it, you know, and nothing will stop you, you know, what anybody says, when anything happens, nothing will stop you. And just have like a tunnel vision, just keep going. Don't let all these side distractions deter you. Just keep going with it. I'm in part telling this to myself, but yeah, whoever's watching this, just, you know, just keep going for that goal. Live every day as if it's your last, because it very well could be. You know, in these days it's kind of crazy, but yeah. So here's to saying bye to 2020, and here's to a bigger, better, blacker 2021. All right. Peace. Thanks for watching.